Good evening, good people. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for being here. My name is Charles. Welcome to the Eyes and Ears podcast, show, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing another news read. It's Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. Quite the year. Exciting stuff going on. It's almost 12 o'clock in the morning here, so bear with me if I'm a little slow. I'm tired as hell, but it is what it is. Let's talk about the news. Let's get right into it. Tonight, I'm going to break down some of the DOGE things going on, specifically the Department of Education, and what's important to note in my observation. I guess what I'm seeing as an important factor is the slow AI creep into education, which isn't slow, which isn't subliminal, which isn't secretive. It's right in your face. It's there. It's global, and the U.S. is on the AI train. So let's get it. Musk's DOGE guts nearly 1 billion in U.S. Education Department's research office. Cuts in effect wipe out Institute of Education Sciences, one of the country's largest funders of education research. Now, here, in my opinion, is where the whole thing starts. DOGE is specifically coming after the Institute of Education Sciences. Why is that significant? What is IES? Well, let's get into it a little further. Elon Musk and the Trump administration's so-called Department of Government Efficiency has terminated nearly 1 billion in US Department of Education contracts, in effect eliminating a research office that tracks US students' progress. After announcing $101 million would be slashed from 29 DEI training grants on Monday, the DOGE account on Twitter X said that Musk's team terminated 89 contracts worth a total of $881 million on Tuesday. That's a lot of damn money. That's a lot of side money to just be there. Now, what do y'all think is going to happen with this money? Okay. The huge budget cuts have essentially wiped out the federal agency's Research and Statistics Office, one of the country's largest funders of education research, the Institute of Education Sciences, IES. IES gathers and disseminates data and research on a variety of subjects, including but not limited to the state of U.S. student achievement, school crime and safety, and high school science course completion. Their research is used widely by educators, state and local departments of education, school districts, colleges, and other researchers. Now, here is a little bit of the key here. An NPR report noted that there is already a program that will be cut short because of the withdrawal of these contracts. The study, which has been reportedly rolled out in multiple states, gave U.S. students high quality adaptive digital tools. Let's read that one more time. The study, which has been reportedly rolled out in multiple states, gave U.S. students high quality adaptive digital tools to help them improve in math. Now, that study will be cut short and those tools could be removed from classrooms imminently, according to a source with extensive knowledge of many of these canceled education department contracts who would not speak publicly for fear of retribution. So, okay, let's take a quick pause. What I'm gathering initially, of course, Trump, Musk, DOGE, whatever the hell, okay, the technocratic hand on one side, Team A, as some people say, is taking over the IES, or at least they're doing away with the IES. Now, as we know, as we've seen with the USAID, it wasn't done away with. They didn't chop it off at the head. It just got moved somewhere else. So what do we think is going to happen with the IES? It's not going away, but let's go a little deeper, even deeper, like a deep hole into the IES. Okay, let's go a step further here. So let's see. Before we do that, let's see what the people have to say about this. Let's see what the politicians, the good guys, the ones who care about you, have to say about this. So yesterday, Senator Murray statement on Trump dismantling Department of Education's research arm. Quote, every kid deserves a great public education, and that can happen without nonpartisan research and data to understand what's working and what needs to be fixed. Okay, so this IES is basically a data gathering, hand, if you will. They do research, they conduct record searches, they conduct everything necessary to see what needs to be implemented, to see what policies need to, be put in play, and to see how the education system needs to be framed. Okay. Let's keep reading. Quote, Elon Musk doesn't care if working class kids in America get a good education. So whittling down the Department of Education means nothing to him. Make no mistake, this is just the first step Trump and Musk are taking to abolish the Department of Education, leaving our public schools with fewer resources and support to pay for massive tax cuts for billionaires and giant corporations. Let's stop there. So, do you see the angle that's being played at the normie level? It's all about us versus them. It's about blue versus red. It's about tax cuts for billionaires. Okay? It's not about that. It's not about any of that. It's not about any of that. Okay? So that's the surface level. So you know how there's an iceberg? Okay, there's like the iceberg analogy. There's a tip of the berg, and then everything below is just fatter and denser. Well, here's where we're at. This is the tip. Senator Murray's talking about the tip of the iceberg. Once you start going deeper, what is the Institute of Education Sciences? About the Institution of Education Sciences, this is from the U.S. Department of Education.gov site. So this is from the source. And let's read what they say. The Education Sciences Reform Act of 2002 establishes within the U.S. Department of Education the IES. The mission of IES is to provide rigorous evidence on which to ground education practice and policy. This is accomplished through the work of its four centers. So again, the mission of IES is to provide rigorous evidence on which to ground education practice and policy. My immediate thought when reading this, when realizing that DOGE did away with IES, they did away with all the contracts that were in place. What do I think is coming? Dun da da da! Artificial intelligence, duh. Who else is going to fill in the gaps of rigorous evidence searching? Who's going to fill in the gaps of fast, efficient, okay, easy, accessible information, lightning fast, super fast? It's right there. Super fast. People go slow, AI goes fast. It's all about efficiency. Remember, this is all about efficiency. So it only makes sense that AI is the tool for that efficiency. Now, I don't like to take surface information. I like to go into the actual record, the law, the code, the statute, whatever the hell we're looking at. I like to look at the actual thing. So let's do that. This right here, we are looking at, excuse me, this is the actual act, the Reform Act, the Education Sciences Reform Act of 2002. Okay, so we're in the act, and we're going to read and see what the actual purpose of all these things are. Okay, so here we go. Section 112 talks about the functions of the IES. Okay, so this is the IES, and this is its function. Okay. From funds, so here's the function. From funds appropriated under Section 194, the Institute, directly or through grants, contracts, or cooperative agreements, shall, 1, conduct and support scientifically valid research activities, including basic research and applied research, statistics, activities, scientifically valid education, evaluation, development, and wide dissemination. That's number 1. Number 2, widely disseminate the findings and results of scientifically valid research in education. 3, promote the use, development, and application of knowledge gained from scientifically valid research activities. 4, strengthen the national capacity to conduct, develop, and widely disseminate scientifically valid research in education. 5, promote the coordination, development, and dissemination of scientifically valid research in education within the department and the federal government. And 6, promote the use and application of research and development to improve practice in the classroom. Okay, so that right there is the function of the IES. That's why the IES is there. This is what it's supposed to be doing, these 6 points. Okay, now the DOGE scrapped the contracts. Now the DOGE is taking away the cooperative agreements that are in place. Something has to be filled in. Something has to be put in there. There's a gap. The gap has to be filled in. Who do you think is going to fill that gap? My guess, AI. Okay. When you look at the function of what this is, and when you look at how it's supposed to be moving, you see that it's about like there has to be data mining. There has to be some kind of information to go from. There has to be information sourceable. Okay. And this is where AI comes in. Let's read. This is a G0. Okay. Elon Musk's government takeover is powered by AI. Okay. Duh. This is as of today. Okay. This is a report from earlier today. In the first few weeks of Donald Trump's second term in the White House, the president dispatched the world's richest man, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, and an army of engineers to hack and slash the federal bureaucracy. Musk's Department of Governmental Efficiency, aka DOGE, has sought massive cuts to the federal workforce, in particular targeting USAID, the Department of Education, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, among other agencies. So very interesting. A lot of changes happening, as we said. 2025 is quite the year. We're off to the start. Continuing on. But Musk isn't just seizing control of the executive branch. He's using artificial intelligence as his weapon of choice. What else would this contracted DOD contractor, government contractor, be doing? He is Mr. AI. He's Mr. Technocracy. He's Mr. Neuralink, right? He's Mr. Future, Starlink, Spaceman, Elon Musk, futuristic guy, right? This is him. This is his role. So he's doing his thing. Let's keep reading. At the Education Department, DOGE representatives have reportedly fed sensitive data, including personally identifiable student loan information, into AI software through Microsoft's Azure cloud service. A group of students from the University of California sued DOGE in federal court on Friday for allegedly violating federal privacy rules and exceeding their statutory authority. So Musk is out there making moves. He's using AI, okay, right now. DOGE is using AI to implement its changes. Let's continue reading. At the General Services Administration, a former Tesla engineer is pushing an AI-first strategy that involves building a custom chatbot called GSAI to help draft memos faster and adopt an AI coding agent such as the popular assistant Cursor to assist with software development. Privacy and security advocates warned that the integration of AI software into the federal government could create significant risks. Okay, you know that hacking, you know how hacking goes, right? So DOGE, Elon Musk, is using AI to clean up government, to clean up this messy bureaucracy. And what does he do in place? Well, he adds more AI in place. We see more AI in places where AI was not before. So that's just straightforward, folks. Pretty easy. Now, going back to the US Department of Education site, AI is on the books. As you can see right here, artificial intelligence guidance. So there's guidances in place in our government to deal, manage, and take care of AI. Okay, so let's read what it says. OCIO supports the Department of Education with adhering to federal regulations pertaining to AI and is developing safeguards, ensuring responsible and secure usage of AI while embracing its innovative technologies and capabilities. Related federal guidance and the department's response on how it's complying with requirements can be found below. So they give you the sections there of where all that compliance is at, okay? So if we want to, let's just for fun, let's see. So this is a document right here, okay? Memoranda 2410 M-24-10, made in September 2024, prepared by Gary Stevens, Chief AI Officer. Okay, so there are memos in place complying with AI. That's not taboo or obscure because we are, in a computer age. AI is everywhere. So this isn't too weird, okay? But the fact that it's ramping up should be a little bit of a concern. So you know what? Let me share this video with y'all. Now, for the fact that so everything we just went through was on the American level, okay? The US theater. Everything was American. Department of Education, DOGE, Trump, Musk, etc. It's all US based. But none of this originates in the US. This is all global, of course. Don't you know? This is all global. So let's see where the global links are made so we can make a clear connection as to exactly what is going on. The first link I have for y'all comes from the very good folks over at the World Economic Forum. Let's see what they have to say. Whoa, hold up. You know, I'll come back to that. Let's let that refresh. But so the World Economic Forum, that video, just wanted to give you all a quick breakdown. This is the actual document. So this is the document with the video giving you a quick breakdown. Shaping the Future of Learning, the Role of AI in Education 4.0. Education 4.0. That's what this document just keeps saying. What the hell is Education 4.0? The World Economic Forum knows, okay? So I'm not going to break this whole thing down, but let me just give you some highlights that I found, okay? So this is from the executive summary section. The adaptation of emerging technologies, okay, in education, particularly AI, holds immense potential to revolutionizing teaching methodologies, personalized learning experiences, and streamline administrative processes. However, while AI can excel at tasks like presenting differentiated content and assuming many administrative duties, the complex process of facilitating learning requires more than mere dissemination of information. So, okay, what the World Economic Forum is saying here, they acknowledge that the adaptation of AI and technologies is necessary. Not only is it necessary, but like it's you're 2000 and late if you're not into this. You're so 2000 and late if you're not on the AI train. And the world is on the AI train, okay? So let's read a little bit more what they have to say. And by the way, they do acknowledge that it's not all on the shoulders of AI. AI is used as a tool. They acknowledge this, okay? You need man and machine. You need man and you need machine. You put the two together, and then you have your perfect combination where you have man doing what man does and machine helping man, right? That's the perfect world scenario. But let's see what they have to say, okay? By freeing educators from routine tasks, AI empowers them to focus on building relationships, understanding individual student needs, and fostering motivation. This synergy not only improves teaching effectiveness, but also underscores the indispensable human element in education. Do y'all see this? So, what AI does, it does all the mundane, data driven, data pulling, information compilation, all that stuff. That's old news. That's old school. That's boring. Humans can't do that perfectly. AI can do it perfectly. AI can do it fast. The question is, who is programming this AI, for what purpose, and to what end? Okay. So the World Economic Forum is acknowledging the use of AI being a good thing. Okay. They're acknowledging that synchronicity between man and machine. It's not all machine. So let's see what they say here. Potential of AI in enabling education 4.0. This chapter explores the potential ways in which AI can address the gaps highlighted in the previous chapter. So here we go. 4 promises of AI in education. Here is what the World Economic Forum is telling you is basically coming down. Here's what they're promising you. Supporting teachers' role, augmentation, and automation. So teachers are going to get support. They're going to get assistance. They're going to get help from AI. Okay? Traditional learning is now going to be automated even further. Okay? Refining assessment and decision making in education. So AI is going to help you refine your assessments. It's going to help you polish your thoughts, polish your thinking. It's going to help you make things a little bit clearer, help you make a decision, the right decision. Who determines what the right decision is, people? Is it you? Is it me? Who determines that? It's going to be AI, and whoever pushes the AI. The third promise of education, AI in education, supporting AI and digital literacy. Okay, so the third promise is they're going to support AI, they're going to push AI and digital literacy, the ability of people to be able to use digital technologies, the ability of people to be able to integrate with AI well, so you don't have issues. Okay, so you can conform correctly, so you don't have issues. And the fourth promise of AI in education is personalizing learning content and experience. Of course, children benefit well from that one-on-one, that in-depth education. Every student matters, right? No child left behind. So what do? Well, you personalize that child's education model and you implement it with AI. You implement a better education model using AI. Again, who creates this AI? Okay, I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Anyways, impact of large language models on education tasks. Okay, so this is AI in school. So here's the impact of these things. Okay, automatable tasks. So this is where AI helps you with automation. It will help you compile lists of books, periodicals, articles, and audio-visual materials on particular subjects. How convenient. Isn't that lovely? AI does all the work. You just have to sit back. Verify facts, dates, and statistics using standard reference sources. Remember during the 2020 era, when everything was fact checked, when every YouTube video had a little banner at the bottom telling you, oh yeah, by the way, the NIH has blah, blah, blah. The CDC has blah, blah, blah. Remember that? The World Health Organization, blah, 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 blah. You had those talking points. Those were verifiable facts at the time. And just like that, this right here is saying the exact same thing. Verify facts, dates, and statistics using standard reference sources. Grade homework and tests and compute and record results using answer sheets or electronic marking devices. Augmentable tasks. Analyze performance data to determine effectiveness of instructional systems, courses, or instructional materials. Do y'all see the point? I don't even need to read this whole thing. Do y'all understand? AI is making things better, quote unquote. AI is here to fix the problem that was there. The problem of, children not getting that personalized education, children not having good literacy rates, like in Illinois, which has awful literacy rates in their education system. You put AI in schools like that, well, those poor children will not be poor anymore. They'll know how to read because AI, because Elon Musk, because Peter Thiel, because World Economic Forum, because insert any AI technocrat here. Okay, so you guys you get the point. This is the World Economic Forum. They're pushing this. No surprise. They've got stake in this. Okay, but interesting to see, they do have some it's not worries. I wouldn't say they're worried about some of the stuff, but they are aware of some of the limitations. Okay, so they are realistic about their own rollouts. Okay, yet they are multiple steps ahead. So something I found interesting, which is going to get us to the next global point, is UNICEF. accessible digital textbooks. Okay, so this is the UNICEF connection. If we go to UNICEF, we have UNESCO, we have all these like ancillary groups, we have all these like it's like every group has something to do with the overall picture. UNESCO, UNICEF, World Economic Forum, they're all moving within their own realm, but they're all serving the greater picture. And within the AI education front, this is what they're doing. So we had UNICEF on one hand, and here's UNESCO. So this report, this is from UNESCO.org, saying what you need to know about UNESCO's new AI competency frameworks for students and teachers. So this is for students and teachers, not just students. They're revamping the whole education process. Do you see this? So let's read. Artificial intelligence, AI, is rapidly transforming our world and changing the way we live, work, and learn. To help education systems keep pace, UNESCO is launching 2 new AI competency frameworks, one for students and one for teachers. One for students, one for teachers. So everyone's going to learn AI. Everyone's going to learn this digital literacy. Everyone's going to be on board. Do you understand? And this, by the way, this is a report from last year, September 3rd, 2024. So this is nothing new, of course. These frameworks aim to guide countries in supporting students and teachers to understand the potential as well as risks of AI in order to engage with it in a safe, ethical, and responsible manner in education and beyond. And beyond. Do you see how I like how they put that in there? It's not a secret. In education and beyond. Like, we're moving forward with this. Okay? So let's see what else they say. This is lovely. So then it's not a secret. What else did they do? They launched they're launched on the occasion of Digital Learning Week 2024, one of UNESCO's annual flagship events. Here's what you need to know about UNESCO's latest initiative to integrate AI competencies in education. So that's all we need to know. There it is. Integrating AI in education. World Economic Forum's doing it. Okay. UNESCO is doing it. UNICEF is doing it. The United States is doing it. It's the integration, folks. It's the connection. Okay. But hey, it's not all technocratic news. It's not all bad news about technocratic takeovers. There is good news, okay? So from Alternet, leaked filing shows Musk still getting new contracts while his team cancels other contracts. So this is we're doing a 180 from the education. So the education is a wrap up. AI is trying to be implemented into everything. That's the overall picture. And while Musk is making these implementations, while Musk is gutting the Department of Education and slowly and eventually putting new things in place, some of which will most likely be AI, he's making money, okay? He's benefiting in some way from these cuts. So this is a leaked filing that shows Musk is still getting new contracts while all this is happening, okay? So the DOGE master is still on top. So let's read. Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, by far the wealthiest person on the planet. This, folks, is he really the wealthiest guy in the world? Really? Like, for real? Do you really think he's the wealthiest? For real? Not the old money? Not the old bloodline money? Not that? Not the Merovingians? Not any of that? The blue bloods, all that shit? Not that? Elon Musk. Got it. Okay, got you. So let's go back. By far the wealthiest person on the planet, with a net worth in excess of nearly 380 billion, is now benefiting from new government contracts while simultaneously terminating other contracts. So this is your good guy, bad guy. This is that top of the iceberg news, okay? This is that top of the iceberg. That going back to the news here. That's according to the policy analyst Will Stansel, who obtained a filing purportedly from a federal grant database showing that SpaceX was awarded a $38.8 million contract from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, this week. That contract is for research and development in the physical, engineering, and life sciences, end quote. And NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center is listed as the contracting office on file. Wow. So there's that. That's a thing. Your boy's making money in the meantime, right? Nothing. It's the same old game. It's like you thought this guy was going to make things better. What happens when you put a top government contractor in a position to, I don't know, make things more efficient? Who do you think he's going to put in place? Who do you think is going to get certain contracts? I mean, am I thinking too much? Am I too much in my head? Am I a crazy person here? Right? But this is what it is. These people are still getting money on the low. Okay? But hey, Elon Musk, shout out to Elon Musk though. My man's getting that money. Speaking of shout outs, another big round of applause to NVIDIA CEO, okay, who was awarded for advancing precision medicine. Ooh, how sweet. He got an award for more globalist shit, for more digital technocratic. You know the drill. These people get awards for this. This is disgusting. NVIDIA CEO awarded for advancing precision medicine with accelerated computing, AI. So this is today, right? This is February. This is as of today. NVIDIA's contributions to accelerating medical imaging, genomics, computational chemistry, and AI-powered robotics were honored Friday at the Precision Medicine World Conference in Santa Clara, California, where NVIDIA founder and CEO Jensen Huang received a Luminary Award. Not an Illuminati Award, a Luminary, Illuminati Award. I bet you they do have Illuminati Awards, like on the low, whenever these people have like their Oscars, the true, the occult, the true ceremonies. I bet you these niggas have Illuminati Awards. They must. Anyways, the Precision Medicine World Conference brings together healthcare leaders, top global researchers, and innovators across biotechnology. How lovely. So it brings in all these people that deal with biotech, that deal with technology and health, okay? Genomics, gene research, okay? Biological research, etc. It brings all these people together. And then it pats him on the back. So, hey, once again, shout out to NVIDIA CEO making big moves out there. Anyways, so that's a little fuckery news for y'all. But here's Gaza. Everybody knows about Gaza. We all know what's going on. But as of today, wow, hold up. What's the time just changed? Wow, it's tomorrow already. So this was yesterday. Trump threatens all hell will break out if Hamas doesn't release Israeli hostages on Saturday. Trump this presidency has truly shown itself to be like Israel first beyond measure. There's no apology. There's no secrets about it. There's no, well, you know what? Maybe we can work this way. No. It's just black and white. This is the Israeli government, the United States of Israel, just so y'all know. President Donald Trump on Monday urged Israel to cancel its ceasefire with Hamas and let all hell break out if hostages still being held in Gaza are not returned by noon on Saturday. The warning came after Hamas announced plans to postpone the next scheduled hostage release. Okay, this is what's going on. So Trump is basically inserting himself in the Middle Eastern drama. Why? Well, because we're Israel's lapdog. That's why. Because Trump has a big mouth. That's why. Because Trump is one of, he's in that club. That's why. Since the deal took effect, 16 of 33 hostages set for release have been freed by Hamas, while Israel has released 656 Palestinian prisoners from a list of nearly 2,000. However, the agreement now appears in jeopardy. As far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time, I would say. Cancel it, and all bets are off, and let hell break out. Wow, this man is nutty. That's nuts. Yeah, so that's Gaza. That's Gaza for you. But let's see. Let me see if I can get this to go. Let's see what Daddy Trump has to say. Hold up. Let me share this with y'all. Let me pull this up. A little disgusting what's going on, but welcome to the US. This is what we do. We help our allies, we help our friends. Wow. That's incredible. How can people be so mean, y'all? How can people be so mean to do that? Does Trump, you don't think Trump knows about the Hannibal Directive that's been a thing since like last year, right? You don't think he knows about that? You think he's not privy to any of that? Let me go back. Let me go back to the news. So by Saturday 12, be there or be square. Okay, that's what's happening. You know what? Hold up. Hold up. I hope y'all just heard the audio. Hold up. Let me do this one more time. Let me just get the key point here. I hope y'all got the audio. Maybe not, but let's see.
Saturday at 12 o'clock. And after that, I would say all hell is going to break out. And I don't think they're going to do it. I think a lot of them are dead. I think a lot of the hostages are dead. I think it's a great human tragedy. What's happened? How people can be that mean to do.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So how can people be that mean? Again, you don't think he knows about the Hannibal Directive? You don't think he knows that Israeli forces killed Israelis and Israeli property? You don't think he knows that? I think he does. And if he doesn't, he's naive, but he knows. He knows, let's be honest. So let's keep moving on that. So there was that. That's the man himself telling you what's going down. And yeah, Trump is standing with Gaza. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, hold on. I didn't mention this. Jordan is at the White House. Okay, we got the Jordanian leader at the White House. The King Abdullah is at the White House talking, trying to do something with this whole thing. Now, I read two reports. There was one this morning that said the king is willing to accept refugees. He's willing to accept Palestinians. But then later in the evening, I'm seeing a report that states he is in no way taking any refugees. So a little bit conflicting information there, but let's see what we can find. And let's just see what they met and talked about. So let's do that real quick. Hold up, let me pull that up for y'all. All right, here we go. Let's see what's going on over there.
From the get-go, it was clear there was plenty on the agenda for U.S. President Donald Trump and Jordan's King Abdullah.
Are you confident you can get the king on board with your plan for the Palestinian people?
He's a great man. This is Gaza's devastation. Trump's proposal is to relocate the roughly 2 million Palestinians who still call this home and send them to other Arab countries and beyond permanently. So the U.S. could then redevelop Gaza, as Trump has put it, as a kind of Riviera. With Abdullah listening on, Trump clarifying the U.S. would not buy Gaza, but
We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza. And you're going to have peace. It's going to bring peace in the Middle East.
Trump has insisted both Jordan and Egypt would have to provide land for Gazans, something both strongly oppose. When asked his thoughts on all of it, Abdullah was circumspect.
We have to look at the best interests of the United States, of the people in the region, especially to my people of Jordan. And we're going to have some interesting discussions today.
In Jordan, already home for decades to some 2 million Palestinian refugees, Trump was labeled an arrogant narcissist. Donald Trump's mentality is from the Middle Ages, said this Palestinian Jordanian. He deals with things like a real estate broker. In Gaza, word from Hamas itself was blunt. Trump's comments about Gaza, this Hamas spokesman told CBC News, are rejected. Meanwhile, the ceasefire in Gaza teeters dangerously. Hamas is threatening to stop releasing hostages, arguing Israel has reneged on its pledge to allow in aid. In turn, Trump is now demanding all remaining hostages freed by Saturday, all of them.
They either have them out by Saturday at 12 o'clock or all bets are off.
Those comments underlined by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Adrian, though it's unclear whether he's demanding all of them out by the weekend or just the next group of hostages. Either way, he's ordered the Israeli military to now prepare for renewed fighting.
So where does this leave the future of Gaza?
Yeah, well, setting aside whether the war starts up again this weekend, on Gaza, there's now word from Jordan of what's described as an Arab-Egyptian plan to rebuild Gaza while keeping Palestinians in Gaza, a plan Egypt is expected to put to Donald Trump. A great many moving pieces on this right now, Adrian.
Indeed.
All right, so there's that. Okay, so that, as y'all just heard, in the end, Jordan and Egypt are working on a plan to keep the Palestinians there, but work something in the area. So I'm assuming maybe rebuild, maybe fix something, but keep the people there and work something there. Okay, makes sense, right? Not too crazy. So that's that. That's Trump meeting with the king. Let's move forward with more news, because there's more in relation to this. Of course, it's never over when it comes to the Middle East and sweet Israel. So here, just a brief, I guess let's touch on this real quick. This isn't too bad. Palestinian refugees in Syria have a message for Gazans: don't leave your land. Very interesting how that's the thing as well. A lot of concern for people not staying where they have to stay. The question is, who gives America the authority to just move people like that? Talk about human resource management. Like, these aren't pawns, these are people. How do you just move these people without their consent when they have property in Gaza still? They still have things there. You know, how do you do all this? So let's touch on this article real quick. Just talking about a old lady who was she's a refugee in Syria from Palestine, and she's been there for years. And just the whole thing of, like, movement of people. Who determines how people move? Is it U.S.? Is it Trump? Trump is just calling shots, but is he really a shot caller for real? Here's what Houthi leader, has to say. Houthi leader threatens Israel. If ceasefire ends, we'll return to attacks. So they're going back to business. If all bets are off, like Trump is saying, by 12 o'clock on Saturday, which something will happen to not make anything go down. Something's going to happen that will ruin the ceasefire. Duh. Something's going to happen that's going to cause more chaos. And when that happens, Houthi leader is saying that we're ready. We're ready. Abdul Malik al-Houthi, the leader of Yemen's Houthi rebels, issued a warning on Tuesday stating that his group would resume attacks on Israel if the ceasefire agreement with Hamas collapses. We're ready to begin attacks on Israel if it returns to striking in Gaza and does not keep the ceasefire agreement, al-Houthi cautioned. Al-Houthi, my man, it's gonna happen, dude. Look at his face. You see that face? He knows it's gonna happen. He knows it's going down. Look, he's got the sword too. Y'all know what this is. He's ready. The current ceasefire deal requires Israel to pull back from the Netzarim corridor and permit greater humanitarian assistance into Gaza. Additionally, Israel has agreed to release imprisoned terrorists, including some serving life sentences, in exchange for Hamas freeing hostages, both civilians and soldiers who were abducted in the brutal October 7 assault. As per the arrangement, Israel is freeing 30 terrorists for each civilian hostage and 50 terrorists for each captured soldier. However, Hamas announced on Monday that it was postponing the release of additional hostages, alleging that Israel had breached the agreement. Oof. Okay. In his remarks, al-Houthi also declared that his faction would stand alongside the Lebanese nation if the occupation decides to escalate. We approve the principle of support of the Palestinian nation from a military, political, and propaganda perspective. So the Houthis are with the Palestinians, of course. They are with the Arab people, and they will stand to Israel. Okay. Here's another story. Brother of Israeli hostage in Gaza accuses Netanyahu of sabotaging prisoner exchange deal. So this is what Hamas is stating as well. They're saying Netanyahu is the reason for the deal. They're saying Israel is the reason for the ceasefire deal to be stopping. So here we go. The brother of an Israeli hostage being held in the Gaza Strip accused Prime Minister Benjamin Miloukowski on Tuesday of obstructing the prisoner exchange deal with Palestinian resistance faction, Anadolu agency reports. Danny Alger, whose brother Itzik is being held captive, told Israeli army radio that Netanyahu, or Miloukowski, failed to move forward with the second phase of a ceasefire deal. He argued that the second phase is integral to the first. If it is dismantled, why would Hamas release the captives? He said. His remarks followed an announcement Monday by Hamas armed wing Al-Qassam Brigade, who said it postponed a scheduled release of Israeli captives on Saturday until Israel fully implements the agreement and retroactively fulfills past obligations. So Israel is dropping the ball. Okay? Israel is dropping the ball. Again, but this isn't new. I mean, this isn't the first report of something like this. This is a thing. Okay? Israeli forces continue to fire on Palestinians in various parts of Gaza almost daily using drones, Palantir, resulting in casualties, including to children and the elderly, despite a ceasefire. Y'all remember, it's making the rounds. There's a video of Peter Thiel, and I don't know if he's in like a school, giving a speech, he's somewhere giving some kind of talk, and somebody asked him his thoughts on lavender and all these Palantir related ventures and their doings in Israel. And my man was doing the it was incredible. It was just, these people are awful. awful and disgusting. But this is what they're doing. So Gaza's still seeing damage. People are still getting hurt. Children are still getting shot at. You know, another day, another Israel, I guess. Another day, another dollar. And here's the Hannibal Directive. So as all this is happening, Israel is doing everything. It's like everything they blame people of doing, it ends up being them. Anything they say people are doing, hey, Hamas is doing this, it's most likely Israel. Hamas is shooting our people. Hamas is doing, it's probably Israel. And this report from July 7th, 2024, talking about the Hannibal Protocol, Hannibal Directive, which is a thing now, okay? But this is as of the 2024. This was a discussion. But this is coming up again only because it's only because it's what's his name? Oh my goodness. His name will pop up. The Israeli IDF, Israeli military. He's the military defense minister. Wow. Army was ordered to kill Israelis on 7 October. So this is a plain day confirmation again. This is as of February 7th, 2025. Army was ordered to kill Israelis on 7 October. Defense minister confirms. Let's watch the video. Let me drop this. And let's hear it from the man himself. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I don't want to mix his words up. Let's hear what he has to say, shall we? Here we go. Oh, I'm going to have to read this.
את השיירות.
Okay, so let's just mute that. Okay, when you see the convoys crossing the border with Israeli hostages, what crosses your mind? So this is a question to him. Is the Hannibal Directive something you're thinking about at that moment? Just to explain, the Hannibal Directive says to shoot to kill when there's a vehicle containing an Israeli hostage. So the Hannibal Directive is a directive, tactical directive, okay, designed to destroy Israeli property, to include people in the event of an event like October 7th. The order to carry out Israeli so-called Hannibal Directive was issued tactically and in various places next to Gaza, the report says. Yoav Gallant told Israel's Channel 12 on Thursday, in other places it was not given, and that is a problem, he continued. Questioning Gallant, journalist Amit Siegel clarified for viewers that the Hannibal Directive says to shoot to kill when there is a vehicle containing an Israeli hostage. Okay? And that quote was not contested by Gallant. So that is the thing. The Hannibal Directive is a thing. He didn't contest it. They're asking him about it, and he's over here talking about it. He's not denying it. He's not saying, no, this didn't happen. It happened. Yeah, it went down. It went down. So it is a thing. Here he is. Just talk. I want you to understand the ability of the defense minister. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this vampire. Enough of this nigga. Enough. Fucking genocidal maniac. Meanwhile, Israel's doing what Israel does. Okay, let's check this out. I think this is from a couple days. This is from the 10th of February. Israel is bombing civilian homes in South Lebanon right now under a so-called ceasefire. No warnings, no military targets, just terrorizing families in their sleep. If this isn't terrorism, what is? And this is coming from Sarah Sahura. I butchered that name, I'm sure. But yeah. So Israel's, they're doing their thing in Lebanon, but wait, there's more. But wait, there is more to this. IDF troops operating in Syria buffer zone come under fire in first such incident. The Syria that's got al-Golani, the puppet boy, al-Shara, HTS, HTF's leader, the president of Syria, ex-Al-Qaeda, ex Al-Qaeda operative. So in his country, I guess it's his now, right? Because the people voted him in. So in Syria, Israel is slowly creeping in and taking over parts of Syria, to include Golan Heights, of course. They're doing their thing over there. They're in Damascus making moves, apparently. I guess that's happening. Unfortunately for the IDF troops, they're getting shot at by some Syrians. Okay. Israeli Defense Forces troops operating in a buffer zone in southern Syria came under fire on Friday evening, the military said, in the first such incident since Israeli forces deployed to the buffer zone on the border between Israel and Syria following the fall of Assad's regime in December. The IDF said soldiers returned fire towards the source of the shooting. There was no Israeli injuries, the military said. So nothing crazy. Nobody died. Nobody got hurt. But there's chaos. Do you see this? This is going to lead to further escalation. Who did the shooting? Well, let's read. On Saturday morning, the Syrian Resistance, an organization affiliated with the former regime in Syria, claimed responsibility for the incident. A Hezbollah-affiliated Lebanese outlet reported. So these are maybe loyalists, maybe old Assad regime guys, you know. This is them. Syrian Resistance. Maybe it's not. Who knows what it is? But the Syrian Resistance is shooting at IDF over in Syria. So what do y'all think this is going to lead to? Like, cases like these lead to further escalation, and they lead to further encroachment, really. Israel's not going anywhere. They're staying in Syria. They will be there. They're not going anywhere. But let's see what Puppet Boy has to say. You know, a matter of fact, what does he have to say about anything these days? He's been a little quiet. He's been touring the world. He's going to Turkey. He's going to Riyadh. He's going to Saudi Arabia. He's just, you know, shaking hands, making friends, all that. But even Trump's moves in Gaza caught Puppet Boy's ear. So let's see what he has to say. Syria's Shara calls Trump Gaza plan serious crime, bound to fail. Syria's new president, Ahmed al-Shara, says he believes U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to resettle Palestinians from Gaza and take over the Strip, quote, is a serious crime that will ultimately fail, end quote. Thank you so much, Golani. Thank you so much for letting us know your take and giving us your opinion. You puppet. You fake puppet. The same puppet that denounces Iran, calling its proxies a regional threat. This is February 4th. I wonder if Israel told him or if the United States told him to say that. Who told him to say that? Because on one hand, he was friends with all these people. He was Al-Qaeda. He was ISIS. He was part of all this. He was fighting for Syria's liberation, right? From Israel. That's where he got his name, Golani, the Golan Heights, right? He was fighting the bad guys. But now he's clean-cut Golani. And he's talking about Iran being the bad guys, having proxies. Do you see what's going on in the Middle East? It's like chess pieces being moved. And Syria is one of those. Gaza is one of those. And it's very, very sad because you have regular people living there, regular people going through all this chaos. Meanwhile, puppets are put in place to facilitate that chaos. Meanwhile, countries are bombing other countries and their residents indiscriminately. To no punishment, nothing. And that's the world we live in so far. So that is 2025 for you as of today. This is what we're doing, and this is where we're at. So education, AI, takeover of the Middle East via the Greater Israel Plan, okay? The Oded Yanan Plan, of course. It's happening plain day, and we're seeing it. So buckle up, y'all. You're seeing that shit real time. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you joining me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for, taking this stuff in. I hope you enjoy. Let's do it again next time. Good night to y'all. Take it easy.